and take it, we bout to build it. They leaving it vacant, I just go harder, harder. I am unbothered, I gotta get it, I am so with it. I will go get it, that is the difference. I am not waiting, I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right, my grind too tight. This here rhyme too nice, this my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, movie. Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup odds between the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go, set!
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. Willis. Going up top for Miller. It got his man. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
He's got it. Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember turned it over 4 times last week, so another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine, because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of...
He's got a man, complete. A big play that time for the Titans. 62 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They're going to go back to the drawing board with that one.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Willis on 3rd and goal. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here...
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Dolphins at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Gordon Melton with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Extra point being good by Sanders. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff? Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Bo Melton. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point made good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the gun, here's Willis. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Third down, it's Willis. And that is incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Tua now on 1st down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Tua sets up to pass it. To Evans on the slant. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. And this is caught by Evans. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him in the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Bo Melton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And out of bounds finally, but not before getting it way across the 50 inside the 25.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
They'll start with the option. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Willis. A check down here for Henry. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll run. It's Henry. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1. And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now a pass hauled in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So really a nightmare of a first half for him, Charles. His second one. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ready. Black Ultra.
Tua to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Tua's throw pulled in by Melton. And the Dolphins are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand...
Touchdown, Dolphins! Tanner Conner, his 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Willis. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. This time they stay on the ground. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill. And the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He finds his man complete. It's Connor. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what freshest few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. The bottom line is it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And this returnable for Hill. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Dolphin football. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll go right back to Evans. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. There, that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Dolphins are pouring it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. The tight end in motion right. Willis, 4th down, has to have it. Able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third manageable with that run.
Here's Willis now off the play fake. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there? Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Play action. Here's Willis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Play fake. Here's Willis. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, they've got the huge lead now.